July 29th, 2025. Izotropic's IzoView breast CT device stands distinct versus existing breast imaging technologies. IzoView is positioned to disrupt high-growth breast imaging markets with a target device price of 500,000 US dollars. IzoView is set to launch into the projected fastest-growing imaging category with the potential to displace well-established technologies, differentiated from existing device types through its upgrade capability pipeline and platform business model. From Vancouver, British Columbia and Sacramento, California, July 29th, 2025, Izotropic Corporation, IZO on the CSE, IZOZF on the OTCQB, and 1R3 on the FSE, referred to as Izotropic or the company, a medical device company commercializing innovative emerging technologies and imaging-based products for the more accurate screening, diagnosis, and treatment of breast cancers, provides an educational overview of how its flagship device, the IzoView Breast CT Imaging System, or IzoView, compares to existing breast imaging technologies. IzoView stands apart in terms of clinical performance, cost, and commercial positioning, and holds tremendous potential to displace or complement standard of care modalities in a growing global market. Breast imaging devices in use today. The breast imaging market is dominated by traditional mammography, digital breast tomosynthesis (DBT), 3D mammography, ultrasound and MRI technologies, each of which has established clinical applications with well-known limitations. Mammography and DBT remain the primary 2D-based screening tools, yet their sensitivity decreases in approximately 50% plus of women with dense breast tissue where overlapping structures under breast compression can obscure lesions and tumors. Ultrasound is often used as a supplemental imaging tool for dense breasts, but it often returns high false positive rates and can be dependent on operator skill. Automated breast ultrasound, or ABUS, has been designed to eliminate operator dependency, but any abnormalities still need to be verified by handheld ultrasound, adding more steps to the workflow. Contrast-enhanced mammography (CE-MAMMO) is a dedicated system, not simply the addition of injectable contrast to conventional mammography machines. CE-MAMMO intends to compensate for the limitations of its 2D compression-based design with the addition of contrast, but cannot provide the same high-value clinical information that comes with true 3D imaging. Molecular breast imaging, or MBI, is an emerging modality that uses gamma radiation and injectable radioactive tracers. It is typically reserved for investigational diagnostic imaging and delivers a higher dose than X-ray-based systems like mammography, DBT, and breast CT. Breast MRI and its faster variant, abbreviated MRI, are highly sensitive but costly, time-consuming, and generally reserved for high-risk patients. MRI machines are not breast dedicated, and competition with other medical specialties persists, leading to long wait times. IzoView, bridging the gap between DBT and MRI. IzoView, developed with the global licensing rights to breast CT technology from the Regents of the University of California, or UC Davis, is positioned as a new category in breast imaging that bridges the gap between DBT and MRI, offering true 3D imaging without breast compression. Unlike compression-based mammography and DBT, IzoView images the breast in its natural shape, delivering ultra-high-resolution, contrast-enhanced imaging that serves as a powerful alternative for breast cancer screening, including for high-risk patients. Compared to MRI, IzoView offers 100 times greater spatial resolution. Breast CT technology in academic research trials conducted at UC Davis has been shown to have performance comparable to MRI and may offer more accurate margin analysis, improved lesion characterization, and superior visualization of microcalcifications with a shorter scan time and a target sales price significantly below MRI. IzoView is designed for greater accessibility across imaging centers of various sizes and resource levels. IzoView versus the rest, comparing the breast imaging technologies. Breast cancer imaging methods vary widely in performance, cost, and availability, impacting how and where they are used across patient populations. Please refer to the charts in the company's press release dated July 29, 2025, available on izocorp.com or cedarplus.ca. Market opportunity and displacement potential. The global breast imaging device market is projected to grow from $5.4 billion in 2024 to $8.69 billion by 2030, representing a compound annual growth rate of 8.25%. With its initial indication for use as an adjunct to DBT with contrast enhancement for breast cancer training in asymptomatic patients with dense breast tissue, IzoView is positioned to launch into the market with the potential to displace ultrasound, CE, mammo, and breast MRI devices. This positioning allows IzoView to address both the performance gap in dense breast imaging and the economic burden of multimodality diagnostic pathways while capturing market share from incumbent technologies and helping define the high-growth segment of next-generation breast imaging. Economic value and diagnostic efficiency. From a health system perspective, IzoView addresses a major financial burden associated with current diagnostic imaging pathways. In the U.S. alone, approximately $8 billion is spent annually on follow-up imaging and diagnostic procedures post-initial mammography screening, driven by false positives and inconclusive findings that can require sequential imaging across multiple modalities and unnecessary biopsies. IzoView's ability to offer high-value clinical information to detect, characterize, and evaluate breast lesions in a 10-second imaging session offers the potential to consolidate a fragmented pathway, reduce unnecessary procedures, and enable more accurate diagnosis and early treatment. A platform for expansion and durable competitive advantage. From a competitive standpoint, IzoView sets a new benchmark in dedicated breast CT imaging. Two other breast CT systems are currently on the market, both representing early commercial entries into the modality. Based on non-public sources provided to the company, with a correction issued August 5th, these devices are priced up to $1.2 million and $1.5 million. In comparison, IzoView's target sales price of $500,000 USD is between 140 to 200% lower. The company believes differentiators, including its modular engineering, radiation self-shielding, patient-centered design, advanced imaging performance, and significantly lower target cost structure align strongly with key clinical needs and prevailing industry trends. These advantages position IzoView for rapid adoption in imaging environments where other breast CT systems may face financial and integration barriers. IzoView in its current form is uniquely suited to support advanced functions beyond adjunctive breast cancer screening, with 14 identified potential future indications for use across 5 key areas of breast health: screening, diagnosis, monitoring, planning, and personalized medicine, with additional devices planned that expand upon IzoView's core imaging platform. Many of these additional indications for use can be delivered after new clinical studies through software upgrades, creating strong incentives for early adopters as IzoView's clinical utility increases without replacing the core system, creating a scalable upgrade path and recurring revenue model. Intellectual property, designed to enable long-term product leadership. Izotropic continues to develop a strategically layered patent portfolio designed to protect the most commercially and clinically significant aspects of the IzoView as a platform. Rather than focusing solely on imaging hardware, the portfolio focuses on a broad range of integrated capabilities, including image acquisition, data presentation, radiation safety, system usability, and workflow integration, reflecting how it can function as a complete solution for breast health in real-world healthcare environments. This approach makes it difficult for competitors to replicate IzoView's full potential feature set and positions the company for a durable competitive advantage across clinical settings. The company's portfolio includes a mix of foundational patents and newer filings with commercially relevant protections extending into the 2040s. In addition to patent claims, Izotropic has secured key innovations as trade secrets, such as its deep machine learning image reconstruction algorithm. IzoView is the imaging platform the future of breast cancer care demands. IzoView is not simply an incremental improvement, it is a fundamental reimagining of what breast cancer imaging can and should be. It meets a well-defined and increasingly urgent clinical need. It has the potential to deliver for measurable improvements over the standard of care, can integrate into a broad range of healthcare environments, and offers a clear path to revenue growth and long-term expansion. As health systems evolve toward more personalized, risk-adapted, and patient-centric models of care, IzoView is uniquely positioned to become the cornerstone of next-generation breast imaging. More information about Izotropic Corporation can be found on its website at izocorp.com and by reviewing its profile on CEDAR at cedarplus.ca. Forward-looking statements. This generated audio may contain statements that are forward-looking statements which are based upon the current estimates, assumptions, projections, and expectations of the company's management, business, and its knowledge of the relevant market and economic environment in which it operates. The company has tried where possible to identify such information in statements by using words such as anticipate, believe, envision, estimate, expect, intend, may, plan, predict, project, target, potential, will, would, could, should, continue, contemplate, and other similar expressions and derivations thereof in connection with any discussion of future events, trends, or prospects, or future operating or financial performance. Although not all forward-looking statements contain these identifying words, these statements are not guarantees of performance and involve risks, including those related to capital requirements and uncertainties that are difficult to control or predict. And as such, they may cause future results of the company's activity to differ significantly from the content and implications of such statements. Forward-looking statements are pertinent only as of the date on which they are made, and the company undertakes no obligation to update or revise any forward-looking statements to reflect new information or the occurrence of future events or circumstances unless otherwise required to do so by law. Neither the company nor its shareholders, officers, and consultants shall be liable for any action and the results of any action taken by any person based on the information contained herein, including without limitation, the purchase or sale of company securities. Nothing in this document should be deemed to be medical or other advice of any kind. All images are for illustrative purposes only. IzoView has not yet been approved or cleared for sale.